Happy New Year! I can't believe it's already nearly a week into 2025. I have seen so many changes in the garden. I can't believe how much it's changing. So let's go have a little look and see what's happening and do some harvesting because that is well overdue. So we've just come off 2 really hot days, 34 degrees and 36 degrees yesterday. Today it got down to a very chilly 15 degrees, so a whole 21 degrees lower than it was yesterday. The garden has had some suffering in that heat. I'll give you a little bit of a look to see what happened, but I think it's really happy that it's had some rain and much cooler temperatures today to just cool down and take a break. As you can see, the roses have been crispified in that really hot, high 30-degree days that we've just experienced. The celery also took a real whack. Has got some new growth though, which is exciting, so that means it hasn't completely killed it off, but it did not enjoy those hot days at all. A lot of tomatoes that we need to get harvested today. This is my almost perfect first truss of tomatoes. That little one there is going to take some time, so I am going to harvest the rest of these guys because I am fearful that the birds might start getting into these when we're not looking. Love this. This is what I'm calling my traffic light set aromas. So cute. And my first Tigerella has ripened, and they're almost like a traffic light set too with their colorings. Everything else is still well green. I did a little planting of some alyssum seeds that I started along the edges here, and I also bit the bullet and planted some of the flowers that I've had growing in some pots just to start getting this area, and this was the reason why. I love this. I cannot express how excited I am to have found this plant. So this was a bit of a dead area, and we've added the pavers to go into the garden bed as well now. And I was looking at this going, you know what, it'd be nice if we could soften it with a ground cover that the kids can walk on, but that was also maybe editable. And I had trouble trying to find something, and then as I was leaving Bunnings, this is called Woolly Thyme, and the texture on it is just delicious. So it's nice and soft, and apparently it is actually edible and has really pretty purple flowers in spring and summer, which will attract all of the pollinators. So it's a win-win-win. And then this side I've planted out as well with some flowers here, and also the alyssums to hang over the sides of these garden beds. Filled in a couple of extra chilies. So yesterday when the cool change came through, the first thing I did was come out here and get planting. So put in a couple of extra chilies. I've got some space for some more. These are some continental cucumbers that I put in also yesterday, and I put in a couple of other little seedlings too, some extra cucumbers. There was the Aldi cucumber there, but I've ended up moving it over to here because I noticed that one of them has had a little break in its stem, which isn't seeming to affect it now, but I think it's going to be an issue in the future. So I just put that one there, and I just noticed that it's already got a little bud on that. That's exciting. Look at how glorious these are. So this is called a peach sunflower, and I had no idea that most sunflowers only have one bloom per stem, and this just has multiple. It's got 4 out at the moment, and 1, 2, 3 already in the pipeline. But the first one that came out has lost all its petals, and I'm hoping that we get to harvest some of the seeds from that too, so that we can have more of these glorious sunflowers. I also potted up my lemongrass and put some marigolds in these pots on either side of our step of our new deck, which apparently deter mosquitoes. Not sure how successful that's going to be, but we'll give it a go. These guys are well and truly needing to be harvested soon. These banana peppers look amazing, and lots of buds and flowers on these chili and capsicum plants as well. This go to chili, one of them has not done well in that heat, but 1, 2, 3, 4 other ones are still doing well. This corn is kicking goals still, nice and strong. Not seeing any evidence of any actual corns on it yet, but hopefully soon. And we've got these pumpkins that I actually hand pollinated the other day. I think I hand pollinated them with the pancake white squash male flower because I didn't have any male flowers, and I think that they have done the job. And also that spaghetti squash that I opened up the old dead-ish male flowers. I don't know whether I did it or whether the bees did it, but it looks like it's going to be a success. The butternut pumpkins are finally getting a few little pumpkins coming up on there, which is exciting. My cabbage is still doing really well. I thought I had another one forming over here, and then I took a look at it and something has well and truly gotten in there and made a lot of mess. So that is not good. And the lettuces have well and truly gone to seed in this heat, and because they're starting to bolt too by the looks of it. But I have another solution for all these shade loving plants, which I will show in the next video. And we also took the lid off the cold frame and have put the strawberry plants in here under the cover so that we hopefully will get some strawberries. We have a ripper one over here. I'll just take this off. And I was going to get my 2-year-old daughter to come out and try it with me, but she has gone for a nap. But I have never ever grown a strawberry that doesn't have the white bit at the top, and I think that that's because I haven't had to pick this too early and I've been allowed to just let it do its thing and ripen without the birds getting to it first. This is my second cafe au lait flower that's come into bloom, and we've got lots and lots more buds, which is really exciting. These are all my extra chili plants, which I might just have to put in a big pot together because I didn't have room for them. And then this is what I did yesterday also when the cool change came through, is I have my 2 purple sweet potatoes, but I also added a orange one as well in the center, and then 3 Lebanese zucchinis up the back because apparently they are shallow rooted and should be happy in that hail bale structure. I also finally planted out some of these sunflowers that my daughter's playgroup teacher gave her, and I think actually you can see, yes, you can see how there's only 1 bud on each stem. So I think I got lucky with that peach one. No more cucumbers at this stage, lots of little ones that are obviously going to develop soonish, but none ready for harvesting just yet. And these fuzzy peach ones, I am so desperately waiting for these to... Can you see how they're fuzzy? I actually did a video, but I haven't uploaded it yet. We can see the texture. That's why they get the name of peach, because they're like a fuzzy texture on them. If you compare that to how smooth and shiny that texture is, it's incredible. And this one here, that's a Cherokee purple, which apparently adds beautiful flavour into tomato sauces. And some extra sunflowers here from my daughter's teacher. And I forgot to look these up, but I'm pretty sure it's a Cosmos, or is it a Zinnia? I'm not sure. I think it's Cosmos. That's the cupcake. And where were you a couple of days ago when I needed you? Male flower. A couple of butter beans that we need to pick. I unfortunately lost most of my beetroots. In fact, I think I've lost all of them but this one. That one's kind of holding on for dear life. And that's the potato in the middle, which also doesn't look very happy after those hot days, but should be fine. Oh, there's lots of new little growth coming in out of that. This actually I wanted to touch base on because I pulled the other couple that were out, and I want to leave this one because I think I realized what went wrong. So the fruit developed on them, but when I pulled these out of the ground, well, this one's not going to come out. But there was no roots left on the other two that I took out. So I'm guessing that is why they died. So maybe I needed to leave them in the water because they were my experiment ones for the roots growing in the water, which I'm actually doing with another one as we speak. This is my golden zucchini that I think finally, no, does it have any? No, a little one there, but that's not going to develop into fruit. So no fruit from this one yet. And I only got the tiny zucchini from this one and then a big one. And then see, that one's not going to form into a fruit either. It's rotting before it's even, the flowers even come out. And then this one I took out from the chili area and it's been not very happy, but I think it's going to survive. Oh, here's the next tomato that I'm going to give a go to see if I can get some roots, because it's got some flowers on it, and try this experiment again. And we've had our Christmas tree that's gone from being green to very not green in the last couple of days so that we can put it in the hard waste. And these are the tomato plants that I all put in that one pot. And we do have some tomatoes on here, but I'm not feeling too hopeful about much yield coming off these. However, there is a lot of flowers when I have a look. So maybe we'll get lucky. Lots and lots of new little flowers now that I take a closer look. And I'm going to finish with this purchase. So this is pink icing, and I think it's because it's got pink new foliage, which I'm assuming is like the icing on the cake maybe. And it's got a really good big plump ripe blueberry there. So I'm going to keep this one inside because we didn't really get much success from the other blueberry plant. They were very tart even though they were planted in acidic soil. So I'm going to, let's try this one and we'll give it a couple of days to really ripe it up, and hopefully this one's much more palatable and enjoyable. So now let's pick some of this produce and get it inside before the birds decide to eat it for themselves. First Tigerella. Haha, so delicious. Not as big as I thought it was going to be. So this is similar to the Bumblebee Sunrise, but is supposed to be a bigger variety. But when I look at these fruits, I don't think they're going to get much bigger, which actually brings me to another point that I just thought of, is not all tomatoes are created equal. And it's been really interesting tasting these, and there are definitely some that taste better than others. So as much as it's lovely to have, I've got 12 varieties at the moment, I just planted another 2 with the sun gold and the pink tie-dye, and also because they sent the wrong seeds out for the tie-dye, they sent out pink bumblebee, and the pink bumblebee and the pink tie-dye have not germinated yet. So technically there's 15 varieties, I suppose, if you class those 2, but they haven't germinated and it's way too late. I'm not really interested in pursuing those for this season, but it is interesting, the taste of these, what I will plant next year, because some are definitely better than others. The biggest disappointment, I would probably have to say, was the black cherries, which are these ones here, and they definitely are not black cherries, so that's okay. These still taste delicious, but definitely not, I think, as delicious as black cherries are. And these Romas I'm going to have to freeze until I get enough for a batch of tomato sauce. Again, nowhere near as many plants as I needed to have in order to yield enough to do the vision that I had for the tomato sauce that I was hoping to at the start of the season. So lesson learnt there as well, for needing more of this variety to be able to have enough to do a big canning project. And there's another little extra guy there. And this was the volunteer tomato that I noticed has split. So I'm going to take him to ripen up inside also, because that might have happened from the heat yesterday. So not a huge harvest, but I'm actually really happy with that. And it's just sometimes more about the size than the enjoyment of just coming out and actually being able to eat your own produce. A couple of these guys will need to sit on the kitchen windowsill for a few days just to ripen up, but they'll be ready in a couple of days, and then I will freeze these ones when they've started to really ripen so that they are ready for a sauce making project. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a fantastic 2025. I hope it's amazing for you and all your dreams come true. See you. Bye. Okay, can you cut our very first strawberry, please? Momentous moment. Good job, buddy. Thank you. All right, pretty girl. You ready to try our first ever strawberry together? You gonna have some strawberry? Go. Mmm. Did you like it?
She doesn't know.